So we've gone through all of our tools, we've shown you how to mix your muds. Now, before this dries, let's go fill some gaps. Before we get started taping, we want to fill our gaps. Now, this is my 45-minute mud. It's not silky smooth, it's a little thick, and I don't need one of those little pans to hold on to it. Hawks are awesome. You can have more mud, and it's a lot easier to carry like this than it is like this. You'll get nasty cramps. So basically what we're doing is we're just gonna slap some mud up here by the ceiling gap, okay? This is just, the more you can put up here, the better. This is not about being pretty. This is about being quick. You don't have a lot of time here. So put our knife here. We're gonna hold on a bit of an angle, about 22 degrees. Okay, we're gonna fill up that gap, relatively speaking. Real quick and simple. If it's not filled, come from the top. Use the side of the knife to press it in, and then do the same thing there. All right, so really what we're doing is just trying to fill the gap with this mud so that we can tape. This mud should be stiff enough to hold itself in place. And this is just a little something so that when we're taping, we're not relying on our wet compound to hold all up in place. Look at that, eh? Unbelievable. So if you don't succeed the first time, try again. Just keep on going back, fill in the bottom, fill in the top, until you get it nice and full like that. That'll be good enough for us. So usually you don't have a gap on the ceiling because you put the ceiling in first. But if you remember earlier, we had spray foam on this wall, and the client wanted it covered because they were concerned about the fumes from fire damage. That'd be the perfect storm, but you know, we reluctantly agreed to cover the walls, and now I'm faced with doing this mess. But this is effective. It does dry quick. And if I don't do this, I'm in for one heck of a mess when I'm doing my tape joints. We're still filling in the gaps. I gotta move quickly. The trick with this stuff is work from the side of the knife. Don't put the mud in this way. Come off the side of the knife. It's an easier way to put mud on the wall and leave it there. Then clean it this way. Okay? Put that in nice and... Okay. There we go. And we don't want any mud in this corner that shouldn't be there. Make sure you take time to clean it. Now that's ready to tape. This gap is about 1/2 inch. It's pretty severe. If you're finding you have trouble with that sort of thing happening, take it out and grab some mesh tape. Now the fiberglass mesh tape is something that you should have on you when you're working. It's a great little piece of tape to have in your toolbox. It gives you a lot of flexibility to solve problems like this. So generally speaking, I like to use paper tape only. I will keep fiberglass tape on hand for just such an occasion as this. I like to pre-measure, rip it off with the edge of your knife. It's got an adhesive on one side. So what I want to do is put it up here and bridge the gap. All right? And I want to slowly just work that into the corner without cutting it. Nice and easy. Now fiberglass tape, the unique property, you can use that to fill the gap, and this will help hold the mud, okay? You cannot use regular mud with fiberglass mesh tape. It won't hold. For whatever reason, I'm not a chemist. Oh, I only know it's from experience. Fiberglass mesh tape does not stick well to mud. And it will peel off if you don't use mud with a hardener. Now that we have that up there, back to the same process. Off the side of the knife. Remember, speed is very important here because this is already starting to set up pretty quick. Take all the excess out. Again, clean the bottom a little bit. You don't want mud there you don't need. And with some pressure. So if you have some time, Work the joint just a little bit. Get all the extra mud out, get rid of the wrinkles. And if anything is you don't like it, just push it up in the ceiling so it's out of the way and it'll be covered by the next coat. There we go. Ready to tape. If you're enjoying these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, but most importantly, comment on the videos. By all means, your suggestion of video you'd like to see, let us know. We'd love to be in touch.